Good morning, everybody. I have to say, I hate to be partial, but one of my favorite people in the world is my guest this morning. Her name is Amanda Faison. I've known her friend, restaurant critic, whatever, the neatest lady. Hello, my love. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? It's so nice to see you.
You too. And do you have a picture? But today, I know you are the most fair, terrific, best restaurant critic. You and one other friend that you know, mutual, were my favorite people ever and still are, thank goodness. But you have written a new book, Colorado Cocktails. I have a picture. Do you have a picture?
Yeah. Yay. Here we are.
Right. All right. So today, being that we're time framed here, as well as picture frame, tell me about what happened. Why did you decide to write this book? And tell me about the cocktails.
Okay.
It's all you.
Okay. So actually, the publisher came to me. So HarperCollins came to me in November 2024, asked if I wanted to write this book called Colorado Cocktails. They already had the name, in large part because it's a series of books that they do. So they have an imprint called Cider Mill Press. So Cider Mill Press does a series of these cocktail books all over the world.
Oh,
So, there's one for Tokyo, there's one for Sydney, Australia, there's one for Nashville. Usually it's city based. But I think with the alliteration of Colorado cocktails, they went with that instead of Denver cocktails. And I'm thrilled they did because it was a really great experience to be able to show cocktails all over the state as opposed to just, in the Denver metro area. But anyway, so they came to me November 24th or November 2024, and they gave me 3 months to write the book.
right.
So I signed, well, actually, they came to me in October. So I signed the contract November 1st. The manuscript was due January 1st, New
Oh,
Year's Day, 2025, um, which is kind of ironic, being that it is a cocktail book, and New Year's Day is usually, a tough day for a lot of people. Um,
and
so it was a completely insane 3 months of my life.
I can't believe you did this in 3 months.
I I was actually terrified once I, signed the contract and was like, okay, we're doing this. So I went to, Office Depot, and I got just massive amounts of pads of paper and pens and just started figuring out exactly who I was going to put on this list, or whoever I wanted in the book. And then just started working my contacts basically. I mean, I was the food editor at 5280 magazine for 12 years, and I was at the magazine for 20 years. So I have a lot of contacts in the industry, and I'm positive that's why the publisher came to me. So I had a lot of cell phones, I had a lot of emails. Those that I didn't, I just started DMing them on Instagram, or, however, just reaching out to everyone. Um, and I really wanted to show the breadth of Colorado's cocktail scene. So, of course, there is a huge component of the book that is Denver based, Denver Boulder based, because really that's sort of the center of the state's cocktail scene, and everything kind of radiates out from there. But I wanted the mountain towns, I wanted the Western Slope, I wanted, northern, like Fort Collins. I really wanted to show the state. And, in 100 cocktails, 100-ish cocktails that are in the book, I feel like I did that.
Did you have to drink them?
So I'm really lucky again because of my many years in the food industry that I've had most of these cocktails. And if I haven't had them, I have made most of them. So there are a few that I have not tried, but as a whole, even as far away as Bin 707 in Grand Junction, I've
There's a
had.
bad restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah. Bin 707 is amazing. And actually,
Right.
they have my single favorite cocktail in the entire book.
Really?
Um,
What is it?
so it's a mushroom based Manhattan, essentially. That's the best way of putting it, or simplifying it. It's called Where is My Mind?
I
And
can't.
it is a wild cocktail. And it's one that I would say, if you're super into your home bar and you have all of the things, it's worth undertaking. Or my advice is actually just road trip out to Grand Junction and go to Bin 707, have the cocktail, and then also have dinner and experience that. And
A
actually,
wonderful time, yes.
oh my gosh. And that to me is so much part of this book. Yes, it is a book of cocktails, but I also hope it becomes sort of a wish list of bars to go to
Good for you.
and drinks to try. So I see it as like a twofold mission.
Oh, that's great. And I noticed, well, this must have been the template, like what kind of glassware and what kind of garnish. And then you have a story.
Yes, exactly. So when they gave me the template, they wanted 100 recipes, at least 100 recipes, 10 bartender profiles, and 10 bar spotlights from all over the state, as well as, yes, like what's the garnish, what's the glassware, a recipe head note, telling the story of the recipe or of the cocktail. So I did a massive amount of reporting and, spent my days on the phone, on Zoom, in person, or over
Merry
email.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, exactly. Oh, and also just think of that time frame. Think of Thanksgiving. You
Awful.
have Thanksgiving, you have Christmas, you have Hanukkah, you have New Year's, you have all of massive,
No, it's a
holidays.
horrible time of year.
I mean, it's a busy time for me, but it's an especially busy time for restaurants and
Oh,
bars. So
I don't bother restaurants then.
exactly. So it was I mean, it's like 3 months of my life I basically don't really remember because it was so crazy.
You were drunk.
I was drunk or eating Tums and drinking coffee. Like just sort of like, oh my God, how are we going to get this done? But I'm really pleased with it. I mean, I love this like peekaboo cover, and I mean, I think they did a really wonderful job with it.
It's really a good, I mean, it's hardcover, number one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't know that. I didn't know. I thought it was going to be a soft cover. So when I got
Well,
the box of them, I was thrilled.
I ordered the book, and when it came, I thought, wow,
Yeah,
I
me too.
expected like the books we write.
Ex-
And
Exactly.
here is, I mean, if I could explain this to the public, we all write a different kind. This is
Right.
hardcover, glossy paper, gorgeous pictures,
Yeah.
color. I mean, you don't sit down and just write a book for yourself like this.
Right. No, they did it right. Clearly with the format, they've figured out the format, and um I'm really pleased with it. And I mean, it's hardcover and it's only 22.99, which I think is a phenomenal price for, well, any hardcover book, really, but especially one that you can go back to again and again and really build your home bar with.
Well, it really, I mean, and you have everything with expensive restaurants, but you have inexpensive spots.
Yes, definitely. And there's such a range of cocktails in there. There are incredibly simple ones that are, a blackberry sage simple syrup, some lemon and soda water, and like vodka, something or a spirit, whatever spirit you wanted. Um, all the way up to, some of these like really insane cocktails from like Death and Co. and, Yacht Club. But the thing I think is really fun is that even if you look at a recipe that is, pretty or has very specific spirits that it calls for, generally speaking, you can Google a substitute for that, and you can probably find something that may not be exactly right, but it's going to be in the realm of, it's going to be a good enough cocktail to drink. So I really love that. The other thing that was really fun about doing the reporting for the book was learning the history, like Colorado's cocktail history. And I go back to Prohibition
Oh
and
my,
talk about,
give us a quick hint.
well, one of the most interesting things about Colorado's drinking culture is that our state went into Prohibition, started Prohibition 4 years before the rest of the nation, which is just
Why?
a weird little fact.
How dumb of us. Why?
I know why exactly. I don't exactly have the answer to that question. But I think that that's really interesting, and some of the effects of prohibition still live in our blue laws and our liquor laws, many of which have started to be overturned in the last year.
Yeah, finally.
But just kind of learning Colorado's history and how beer culture sort of opened up this world of palates that kind of further, I think, furthered the cocktail movement once it started here. And it was just really fun to dig into the history in addition to looking at, you know, all of these bars and saying like, show me what your favorite cocktail is and having them send that over to me.
Anything personal and interactive is,
Absolutely.
and it shows because that's how you are.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, there's tons of quotes in the book. I mean, I can't even tell you how many hours I spent reporting the book. And reporting is actually my favorite part of my job. I love, love, love talking to people and gathering information. And then, of course, you have to put it to paper. And that's always the hardest part. But
That
I love,
ruins my fun.
yeah, I love the reporting and just the history. It really does the reach back into history really informs where we are now. And I love being able to look at that.
I think the best part of any job, but like our kinds of job, is the people you
Oh,
meet. And it's reflective. And I think if anybody who is watching this sees you, they know how the restaurateurs, bartenders feel about you
oh,
because
that's
well, but it makes a big difference in how
thank
they react to what you really want.
I think being curious is so important. It's curious or it's important whether it's food, whether it's, beverages, whether it's anything, just being curious and asking questions and not assuming that you know the answers, or feeling silly asking the question is probably the most important thing because there truly is no such thing as a dumb question because it's going to start a
I
new.
ask them all the time.
Yeah, exactly. And pretending as if you know what something is or you've heard of someone or what that does not serve anybody. It's a conversation stopper, honestly. So yeah, I think curiosity is just really critical.
Curiosity's with it. You're caring
Yeah,
and make all the difference in
thank
how anybody reacts. I mean, come on. It's that, it's a crazy world. And in today's world, people, it's a crazy business.
it
And
is the craziest business, which is why it's so much fun to cover. I mean, the people in the restaurant and bar industry are what make the industry, and
wouldn't
it's
stop for the world.
it's I mean, I love covering it. I love covering this kind of side of business and this side of the entertainment business, if you want to call it that. And it's filled with wonderful people.
And your conversation shows that
Thank you.
you really care and care about the people, and that's what makes it. And that's probably why all these, whether they're Michelin star or a diner,
Yeah.
really
Oh, yeah.
care to be
Absolutely.
with you. I mean, in case you all didn't know, I love her, but she is one of the neatest people I've ever met.
Oh, you're so
Lucky me. But tell everybody where to get the book, how to get the book, and the details.
Sure. So, I mean, the book is at all the local booksellers. So, Tatter Cover, of course, comes to mind, but really any local. I live up in the mountains, which you can probably tell from behind me. So my local bookstore is Next Page in Frisco, but pretty much anywhere within the state you can get it. And in fact, I just found out from a friend of mine who lives in New York City that his local bookseller is carrying it too. He sent me a picture of it and was like, "What is this? This is so exciting." So yes, any local bookseller, of course, there's Amazon. However you choose to buy your books, you'll be able to
And
find it.
what is the name of the book, Amanda?
The name of the book is Colorado Cocktails, which, again, very easy to understand what this is about. It's about Colorado. It's about the cocktails of Colorado.
And you don't have to buy all the ingredients for every recipe. Pick a few, try
Yeah,
it, see how you like them.
exactly. And if you have even a semi-decent home bar, you can make several of these cocktails. And again, yes, there are some that have very, very specific spirits. You can probably find something that will approximate it. I mean, we do that at our house. We kind of Google and we'll say, okay, I don't have that, but I do have this tomorrow, and let's try this, and it's fabulous. So it all
And
works.
just really quickly, if you are a non-alcoholic person, of which
Yes,
there are zillions now, there are a couple of recipes, but you can use non-alcoholic whatever to go.
absolutely. So there are a couple recipes in the book that are specifically non-alcoholic. The one that comes to mind is one from Somebody People
That's
down on South Broadway, which makes perfect sense. I also have their dirty martini in there, which is phenomenal. But yes, so many of these can be made with all of them could be made with non-alcoholic spirits, which are so easy to find these days. You know, you have Seedlip, you have a whole bunch of liars, you have a whole bunch of them.
okay. Your
And
next
they'll
book,
do the job. Yeah.
next book,
Yeah.
alcohol,
My,
non-alcohol,
yes,
a
exactly.
little paper addendum. In
Yeah, this would be really fun. I actually had someone say that we should do a follow-up that is chef's best hangover recipes as a,
yes, it's
which
fun.
would be so much fun. So I might have to approach the publisher about that.
Oh, I love it. That would be fabulous. In the meantime, we are almost out of time.
Yes,
Please like and subscribe to the Gabb, Gabby Gourmet for YouTube. Facebook, Instagram is all Gabby Gourmet. You'll see this on everything. Amanda, I love you to death. Please come celebrate New Year's with me soon.
definitely. I will.
It's a year later, you can get yourself together. Now you have a book out, and now we've given you a new job.
Yes, exactly. I love it. I love it. We'll definitely get together and we'll brainstorm book ideas.
Oh, I'll let you write it. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much for having
I
me on. I love
love
seeing
you
you.
to death. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Thank you so much.
Love you. Happy New Year. Bye bye.